Hai, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi taala wabarakatuh. Let me introduce myself. My name is Julasbi bin Tanri, and today I would like to share my final assignments of subject literary appreciations. And actually, in this video, I would like to share what is the findings, the issues, highlights, and what is the value of the literary works that has been chosen for these final assignments. Okay. But first, I would like to share what is the literature works definitions about, or what is the experts probably say about the literature works itself. According to uh, Clara says that in most cases, literature is refers to the entirety of written expressions, with the restrictions that not every written document can be categorized as literature in the more exact sense of the word. Pickering James H. and Hooper Jeffrey D. says that literature is a uniquely human activity, born of man's timeless desire to understand, express, and finally share experiences. According to Grail, Marcus, and Werner Soler, 2009 says that literary means not only what is written, but what is voiced, what is expressed, what is invented in whatever form. Mm. And there's a lot of genres in the literature works, and it is actually consists of many forms such as a poem, novel, drama, songs, and many more. For novel, it is created by the author from a mixture of imaginations and image of life around the author, which produce a new world that contains the life of their characters. And for the song is a work of art relating the art of sounds and art of language. It's actually combinations. As a work of art involving the melody and color of the singer's voice, it must be like the soul, the lyrics, the rhythms must be fully uh, in the combinations to create a very good songs and melody, something like that. And aside from that, the literature genre also includes poetry, which poetry opens from and closes from, relies on imagery, figurative language, and sounds. Drama made of dialogue and set directions, designed to be performed like we perform in front of audience and crowded. Prose or fictions, it's actually about folklore, fables, novels, short stories, something like like imagination, something like actually out of minds, something like is that really true? That's what is called as a fictions. For the non-fictions, it's actually about the fact what's actually happens. To be written, so we can actually found or the non-fictions from news, reports, journals, articles, essay, textbooks, biographies, and many more. So this is all about the facts atau fakta. Okay, and I would like to share one of the literature works that I think this is very interesting to be shared about. The object of this literature works is a film and animations film actually. The title is Mulan 1998. The author is Robert Desan Soji. The theme of this Mulan movie is actually the Chinese. There's a Chinese actually. There's a Chinese legend of a young woman who takes her father's place in a war, posing as a man to fight the Hans. The Hans here is a leader who murders many Chinese families with his army. Point of view of Mulan is whether we interpret Mulan as a gender bending feminist or someone who is gender fluid, her acceptance of her identity is core to her story. The setting of this film is the film's plot takes place in China during an unspecified imperial dynasty. And the characters, I have insert three main characters here. The first is Mulan. Mulan is a young woman who is willing to give up her life to save her father. She finally decided to enter the army as a man's name Pink. Can you imagine a woman's with physicals cover with a man? So she's trying to everything just in order to like cover her identity. For Zhao is a Mulan father who is very strict and also a famed war veteran who got injured in war. And the next, there is a captain or General Li Shang. Shang is a highly capable leader with dedications to his cause to match. And how about the plots? The plots of Mulan's are actually Mulan's elderly father fought Zhou, the only man in their family, and an army veteran is conscripted. She tried to dissuade him from going. Mulan's actually like pursued at her father because her father is in a sick conditions, but her father protests that he must do his duty. Fearing for his life, she cuts her hair and takes her father's sword and armor, disguising herself as a man so that she can enlist in his state. Um, sorry for the wrongs. Here domestic conflict of the story is actually about Mulan external conflict. Mulan struggle to get the inequality because there is an inequality perceptions about men towards women here actually. Okay, the issues found in the works actually it is gender inequality issues. According to experts from Reeves and Bud in 2007 page on from page 7 from the Institute of Development Studies have defined this discrimination as being the systematic unfavorable treatments of individuals on the basis of their gender, which denies them rights, opportunities, or resources. And furthermore, Reeves and Buttons uh, adding that women's lack of representations and voice in decisions making bodies in the community perpetuates discriminations. And the value from this film is actually very clear. Uh, it's all about we have to embrace our own identity, defy what society expects, and just presents your true self to the world. And actually, from Mulan's story, actually provide an illustrations of gender equality, where patriarchal culture is still attached to society, which harms not only women but also men. In the end, patriarchal culture is not only hurts women but also men itself. For example, in the film Mulans, when the emperor commanded society to send male representations to his family to become a warriors, become a warriors, society sent male representative of his family to become a soldier. It would be unfair if the family only had one man, like the Mulan family. So no space, no negotiations exist. If no representative is sent, the family will be punished. If we are look at the society today, in fact, actually the same similar patriarchal culture still exists today in our society. A woman is a form as a feeling filled human being. For example, a woman she may cry when she feels sad or unhappy. On the other side, males are viewed as a extremely logical and strong human beings. Hence, yeah, men should never cry. In fact, crying is a form of emotions that is actually natural for humans to do. Don't like ancient culture dichotomize the roles of women and men, which can injure both of them. One of the feminist activities named Bell Hooks once said in her book Killing Rage, ending racism is a good ending racism, a good community is not formed by eliminating differences, but by strengthening these differences so that any gender can coexist in harmony. Um, I guess this is all that I have for now. I really hope that these presentations is well known and you all catch up with the informations that have been shared. Sampai ketemu lagi, selamat bercuti, jaga kesehatan. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.